Hi, and welcome to Crypto Crazy. I'm Cal, and today I'm going to talk to you about a new project called KickPad. This was listed on Pancakeswap just yesterday, and I think it's a really great project. As it says here on the screen, it's an IDO launchpad all in one, and I'll go into details of what that actually means. But just looking at launchpads, I think they're quite great as part of the whole crypto ecosystem. There are more and more projects that are being released, that are being created, and launchpads really do help them get out there to the public. We've seen them with Binance, PokerStars. There are many more as well. There's one recent one called DuckDAO. In actual fact, KickPad are working with them, which I think is great. But let me just start off with their figures. So as we can see here, the price has gone up a considerable amount from what it was actually released at, 60%. And in actual fact, this has gone up a considerable amount just in the last couple of hours. I saw it at 260 when I was just putting all my information together. So it doesn't say the market cap here, but what you are able to do is have a look at the amount that they have in circulating supply. So they've mentioned what that would be. So you can have a look at what the total coins are and then multiply that by the price and the circulating supply, and you'll see that it's valued at around about 50 million market cap, which is fairly high at the moment for, I guess, any new project. But I think in terms of the value proposition that they're bringing, I think it can go a lot higher. So as you can see here, it's just generally slowly ticking up in terms of price. So just having a look at what they do, I'll go into the actual page and just show you, but this is quite good in terms of just giving you a general overview. So two things that they are very much focused on is one is having a decentralized launchpad. So that very much means that it will be doing very strict processes in terms of making sure that there is transparency. And as it mentions here, they're looking at completing 2 audits for any project that does want to launch with them. They'll be doing a preliminary manual overview, so just really making sure that the details and what this project is doing is good, is correct. There's an interview phase. They have a look at the coding, and here it says there's a community overview process as well. So they're very much getting into the details of all of those projects. So they want to make sure that the projects that are bought through their platform are good. And the other thing that they want to do as well is to make sure that what funds that are received are locked up in liquidity. Now, this is great because what they're saying is with some projects, what tends to happen is the project will get that money through the IDO or in ICOs in the past. They will say that they will lock up certain coins, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they close up shop. Now, this is becoming less and less of occurrence, but it still can be a risk, especially through a decentralized launchpad, because the other ones are that I mentioned earlier, like Binance, PokerStars, are centralized. So that is something which I think again is good. They lock up half of it, and then that is released, and that very much protects the investors as well. So there isn't much on their platform at the moment because obviously they've just launched. They're going to get these projects on there, but I think it's a great one, and I think it has great potential, which is why it's gone up so much in value as well. They've got a few things on here as well, but it's very much basic in terms of the information. So I've got other sources in terms of provide the information like I've showed you here. Another thing they've done, like I mentioned earlier, is they've partnered with DuckDAO. Now, DuckDAO does have a few projects on there already, and as it says here, it's another decentralized, community-driven crypto incubator project and launchpad platform as well. So they're doing a similar sort of thing, but with them working with KickPad, it's very much them able to bring KickPad up as well, and they can work together on these new projects too. And from the looks of their platform, their portfolio has a number of these projects on there that they have worked with in some capacity. This is DuckDAO, by the way. So I think the experience that they already have will help KickPad a great deal. The other thing with KickPad as well is they're working with a lot of strategic advisors. Now, this has to be reflective of the fact that they are looking to do some great things, because when I had a look through their advisor they're working with, they've got a few from these different projects. So projects that have already done well, they're leveraging their understanding, their knowledge, their experience to be able to provide something good within KickPad. So that I think is great. And in terms of a community, they've got a good community by the looks of it. They've got quite a few followers on Twitter. So they're showing all the sort of things they would do for a good project. And I think overall it will do well. Like I said, it's a part of the crypto ecosystem. It's part of the infrastructure. We're seeing so many projects being released, tens on a daily basis, whether you go onto CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and some of them are just not brand new coins, they've just been recently listed. But when you do have a look at the ones that are launched in a day, there are a fair amount. So the more and more that they are in the same as normal startups, they will need incubators, they will need these type of launch pads to help them. And I think that the more that they are, the better quality that they get, the more that investors need to be protected, the more that we need to know that these are good projects, and not like a few years ago when any project could be launched just with a white paper, that these launch pads will become more and more important. Now, I think the ones that do provide a lot of due diligence work, vetting, by making sure that this is a good project that they're bringing onto their launchpad, will be the ones that do better. And KickPad is one that is looking to do that. So I think this is one that is a great project. Like I said, it's been slowly going up. It hasn't shot up in price, but over the last day or two, it has been slowly creeping up. And I think that is something that can continue to happen at this stage. So there you have it. That's KickPad. Like I said, I think it's a great project. I think it has a lot of capacity to grow in price. I think it's good to keep an eye on to see what projects they're bringing on, the one that they're releasing. But as time goes on, I think over the longer term, this has the potential to become a part of the infrastructure and be up there with the other two launchpads that I mentioned that are quite dominant at the moment. So hopefully you found that useful and informative. As always, if you have, please do give me a like. It helps the channel. Please do consider subscribing. I do bring out a range of videos, new coins that are coming to be listed, anything that I think will be of value to you, news, views, and like I mentioned, it's about me trying to make sure that all the research that I'm doing and anything that I think is useful to bring out to you, so you have access to it as well. So do consider subscribing. So there you go. That's KickPad. I've been Cal. This is Crypto Crazy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.